What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending what time zone you're in, it's Sunday night or Monday morning, which means wherever you're at in the world, it's not a very exciting time. But the good news is I have a great show to help you get you through your day. And you know I got us. This is why you tuned in, all right? We're going to kick off the show with a breaking story. Jay-Z wins his latest court battle, which is huge for him. In behind the feed and off the record, Tamar Braxton has stolen Birdman away from Toni Braxton. I know it sounds confusing, but stay tuned. We'll get to it. In lead stories, Adam Silver is pressured by Amazon Prime in an interview to explain why Terry Rozier was allowed to continue playing after it was confirmed that he was cheating back in 2023. Also in lead stories, we're going to tell you the truth behind why Nelly Furtado is leaving music. In quick news, we're going to talk Birdman, Hot Bot Turk versus No Limit versus Cash Money, Ray J, Justin Trudeau, Katy Perry, Chrisean Rock, Zeus Network, the White House, a new TikTok trend, streamers risking jail time for fame, Gavin Newsom, and the Louvre Heist. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, and I forgot. Hold on. It's Sunday night. Comments of the day, question of the day, and social discussion of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. I actually have no excuse for messing that up because I slept very well this weekend. Turn your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Our first breaking story, our first and only. Jay-Z wins latest court battle as judge denies restraining order from alleged son's godmother. All right, we have been telling you everything about Jay-Z over the past couple of weeks, and everything has been negative, loss after loss after loss. Well, Jay-Z's losing streak is officially over. He has won in court, and this is huge for him, huge. This could mean the end of his alleged son and this everlasting court battle, all right? Jay-Z scores a huge victory in his long-running legal battle against Lily Conley, the godmother of a man who claims to be his biological son. On Friday, a California federal judge denied Conley's emergency request for a restraining order, which sought to halt a sanctioned hearing she describes as retaliatory. According to All Hip Hop, the judge ruled that Conley failed to meet the legal standard for immediate court sanction, allowing Jay-Z's legal team to proceed with efforts to sanction her for what they call a decade-long harassment. The case stems from allegations by Ramir, Jay-Z's illegitimate son or alleged son, who has claimed that Jay-Z is his father for years. Conley, the former guardian of Ramir, has led the legal push despite multiple dismissals. In 2022, a New Jersey judge barred Conley and Ramir from filing new paternity suits without prior approval. Jay-Z's lawyers argue that the filings are abusive and unsupportive by evidence, while Conley continues to claim he has never submitted any DNA testing. Okay, so what does all that mean? New Jersey shut it down in 2022. They tried to go to California. I told you guys last week that Jay-Z was suing or countersuing retaliatory efforts, and he has won. Now, he has one more step to go, which is actually winning this. The judge stopped her from stopping it, which means that Jay-Z's team and high-powered attorneys could now sanction her. If this last step is won, this will be the end of Ramir, his godmother, and everybody trying to get Jay-Z to give some DNA, a paternity test, etc., etc., etc. The last step. And the fact that the judge has allowed him to continue this and denied her should let you know that there is significant evidence in his defense. And in my estimation, he probably will end up winning the case. Now, the amount of time that I have talked about this is actually numbing. I mean, this has been going on, like they've said here, for decades, okay? I mean, since I started doing this show, it always pops its head up. The one thing that is everlasting, and even this talks about it, is that Jay-Z will, if he wins the last step in a couple of months, he will come out of this without ever giving any of his DNA or taking a paternity test. And I ask the same question I ask all the time. Why not just take a paternity test? Why not just, if you don't think that this man is your son, why not do it? Now, there might be some people in the comment section, like have some people have always said, if he does this, then it opens the door and it opens the floodgates. Listen to me, okay? I've been in this music industry or entertainment industry a long time. I know a lot of men that have been in this space that are some of the biggest names around. This is very, very common. And women have a lot of recourse to have these guys come and submit their DNA or do paternity tests, i.e. Drake. Do you guys remember Drake's situation where it took her almost like a year? Then he finally took it. He didn't believe it and took a second one. He even talks about it where it's like, I had to take 2 DNA tests because I didn't believe even the first one. And that's Drake. The reason why Jay-Z has been able to get away with this for so long is because Premier is no longer 18 years old. He's 30 years old. His mom is no longer here. It's the godmother. So it's, if this would have happened 20 or 25 years ago, it would have been a different scenario. So that whole, it opens the floodgates, that argument doesn't hold water. Now, to put a button on this, some people online will say that this didn't happen 20 or 25 years ago because Jay-Z didn't want it to happen because of her age. And if it would have come out, things would not have been how they are now for Jay-Z. And then add in Beyonce, et cetera, et cetera. We could go down the rabbit hole. There are people out there that allude to the fact that Jay-Z is worse than Diddy. And y'all know about Diddy and Kim Porter and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? We're not going to go down those rabbit holes. But apparently the word on the street is that Jay-Z is probably even worse than some of the allegations that Diddy has. The difference is that Jay-Z is smart about it. And he is, he covers his tracks a lot better. So I'll leave the rest to you guys because this is not off the record or behind the feed, which we're going to talk about next. So I want to more stick to the facts and not go to what the streets are saying. But, to be fair, as you guys know, I always pride myself on being, when there is bad stuff, I talk about it. And Jay-Z has been losing a lot these days. But when he does have a win and the court looks and decides based off of facts, based off of receipts, which I always tell you guys is what we always have to deal with, Jay-Z has a win. So I want to put this in breaking news. This is not speculative. Jay-Z has a win. A judge somewhere has agreed with him. That is it. Again, the underlying thread here, though, is never taken a paternity test, no DNA, nothing. He has spent 10 years just denying. I'll leave it up to you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our first and only story on Behind the Feed and Off the Record, my favorite segment. Y'all know I love the tea. All right, here we go. I'm so excited I'm not even ready. Birdman calls Toni Braxton with Tamar amid allegations that Tamar is flirting with Birdman on stage. Okay, let me give y'all the lowdown because this was going all across my timeline last night, the middle of the night, and this morning, all right? I've been following this, and this all comes from ComplexCon that went down in Vegas. Now, we have in quick story some more information about Complex Con, but I wanted to put this in behind the feed and off the record to give you guys the backstory of what's really going down with Tamar and Birdman, okay? During last night's Versus event, Tamar Braxton and Birdman caught the internet's attention after being spotted interacting on stage. Clips circulated online showing Tamar patting Birdman's head and leaning in close. Moments that quickly sparked debate across social media, with some viewers suggesting she was being overly flirtatious. Neither Tamar nor Birdman have addressed the interaction, and at this time, the speculation remains unconfirmed. Until now. Okay, so let me play first some clips for some of you who may have missed it. Most of you should be following the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram, so you should have seen this already. But I'll play you a couple of clips. And do they have music? Okay, I'm sure they have music behind it. So for copyright reasons, I'm going to play them beside you. Actually, no, I want to play it big. I don't want to play it beside me. I want to play it big. We'll put some other music in the background. I really want you guys to see large what's going on, okay? Not only the pat on the head, but just watch the eyes and how she's looking at him. Take a look. Okay, hold up. Now, people online, it was the talk, all right? More than no limit in cash money. Somebody says, now, why are you on stage with your sister's man? Tamar answered this person and says, because she couldn't be here and she loves her husband, so I'm going to hold it down for her and my brother. Okay. Not too many people believe that and continued speculating online. So much so that Birdman FaceTimed Toni to what I am telling you guys is not because he really wanted to talk to Toni, but it's to quiet down speculation because the talk online was growing so hot. Now, I'll play you their conversation, and then we'll talk about what's going on, because this is not new. This is just new to y'all. Because Tamar was on stage with her man, not Toni's man, and she was drinking a little too much and got a little carried away. If y'all remember, there's been speculation that, well, could be speculation, but Toni and Birdman were together for 16 years. They got married, I think it was like a year ago or whatever. And then I think it was like 30 days after they got married, Toni filed for divorce and she wanted $160 million. It's been speculated they made up after. They weren't too sure. Nobody knew what was going on. Now you know what was going on. Tamar is what was going on, okay? Now, here is them trying to clean up their mess. Notice again, Tamar is not, you could tell like she's on one, right? You could tell. Anyways, take a listen.
Babe, I was trying to go crazy. I wanted to call him.
No, it was the #1 trending topic. I tried to tell him, I showed him. He don't know what that is. I'm like,
I don't know that. Okay, well, she thinks she's
She look good, fan.
Talk TV, stop acting like you all that, bitch.
don't say that because she is all that.
She is all
Look at that big old beautiful house you done bought my sister.
She all that. You all that.
Look at that rich background.
Look at this. Look at
That's
this.
your wife. Look at how
What?
No, the Lord love you a lot.
Y'all know. So to give me that.
Like I told you, this was damage control. Oh, look at your wife. Look at all this, whatever. Look, if this was supposed to be the big reunion, big thing going on, right? That cash money, no limit, whatever. Why wouldn't your wife be there with you on stage? Why would Tamar be there? A. Now, she says in the text message, Toni couldn't be here. Why couldn't Toni be here on one of the most important nights in the past couple of years for Birdman? Birdman ain't hitting the stage like that anymore. This is not 10 or 15 years ago. It's not the hot boy era. So why isn't she there? Then you see her in the video. She's not at home, sick, or somewhere else. Like maybe she's on set. Maybe she's at a concert. You can hear Tamar saying, look at the home that you bought my sister. So she's at home dressed up, hair done, jewelry on, glasses on. You cannot tell that that's damage control. And you could tell that Toni is like saying almost nothing in there. Oh yeah, you did great on stage. And then there's one time where she like flashes her wedding ring, but then there's no her wedding ring finger, but then there's no ring on there. Like, what is she signaling? And then it's it was damage control that was horrible, because if you read between the lines, you could tell what's really going on here. I'm telling y'all, that's Tamar on the stage with her man. The Braxtons don't want to let the secret out the bag, and Tamar just messed it up because she was on stage with her man, Birdman, and she got a little carried away with whatever was in her cup. All right, that is it. Now, I know literally so many people that were at Complex Con from the store days. I used to go to Complex Con all the time. I actually was at the first Complex Con, and the people at Complex Con that were there watching them, they know what I'm talking about, because it was not even well hidden. Like I told you, she was on one. So that is what is actually really going on. How much they will try to hide this or sweep it under the rug or whatever, that's up to the Braxton family. I have no idea what's going on, but just know that she's not trying to steal her man. She was on stage with her man. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our first lead story. Amazon Prime had Adam Silver sweating over why Terry Rozier was allowed to play after being caught cheating. Okay, I'm going to play you a video, but just give you a little bit of a reminder and a breakdown in this never-ending NBA gambling saga. In a candid interview during Amazon Prime's inaugural NBA broadcast, Commissioner Adam Silver responded to questions about Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier continuing to participate in games despite previous investigations into alleged gambling misconduct. Silver explained that the NBA's initial probe in 2023, prompted by unusual betting patterns, found no violation from the league's rules. Rozier cooperated fully, providing his phone and sitting down for an interview. However, the league lacked the subpoena power of federal authorities, which led to the recent FBI's involvement and subsequent charges against Rozier. Which is not true, by the way. We already told you about that from Brian Winthrop from First Take and ESPN, where he said that he all of a sudden got an ankle injury and had to sit out the rest of the year. So we already know that the NBA was in cahoots with Terry Rozier. So this isn't not a true statement, but I digress. Adam Silver expressed deep concern over the situation, stating, My initial reaction was I was deeply disturbed. There's nothing more important to the league and its fans than the integrity of the competition. He emphasized the balance between protecting individuals' rights and upholding the league's standards. As the investigation unfolds, Rozier has been placed on administrative leave and still getting paid, and the NBA continues to cooperate with federal authorities. Now, listen to Adam Silver and listen to how he slides in. Oh, we still have to protect the players' rights. These guys are literally throwing games so their friends, their boys, and the people who they're in debt to could make more money, while thousands and hundreds of thousands of people are losing parlays and losing things, and y'all know about it, and y'all are complicit. And the reason why why y'all are complicit is what I've been telling you guys over this past weekend, or every time I talk about this, is that the NBA makes billions, not millions, billions of dollars from these gambling sites and these gambling apps. So they're in on it too. Listen to Adam Silver.
And Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing after an NBA investigation ruled that there was no NBA rules violated. What do you make of that decision now amid the FBI's allegations against him?
Legal betting companies, they picked up aberrational behavior. We frankly couldn't find anything Terry at the time cooperated. He gave the league office his phone. There's a balance here of protecting people's rights and investigating.
A balance of protecting people's rights. Listen, I'm all for protecting people's rights, but when the betting apps, when their alarms go off and they alert you and be like, hey, all of a sudden there's a ton of money being bet on Terry Rozier's, let's say like whatever it is, under, or Terry Rozier's, rebounds or something crazy, where it's easy for AI to be like, hey, normally we get bets from like, let's say $10,000 or $20,000 on Rozier's rebounds, for example. The alerts go off when they're like, all of a sudden there's $1 million or $2 million on this. You tell the NBA and they're like, well, he gave us his phone. He sat down for an interview, but we don't have subpoena power. So, come on. Like, there's $1 million bet on Terry Rozier's rebounds. You don't find that a little bit strange? Strange enough to, okay, well, you sit out for the rest of the year and then he continues to play. You continue letting him be in the league. Anyways, it's crazy to me. I feel bad for the people who are betting in these parlays and all of these things and they're losing money, while Terry Rozier, who has made $160 million in his career and who makes $26 million a year, $325,000 a game, just gets to continue playing. And his boss and company that he works for knows about it. Crazy work. Anyways, there's part 2 to this, which kind of indirectly kind of gives, I don't know, maybe a little bit of defense to some of the players. Where is it here? A real mobster explains how professional athletes get caught up in gambling. He breaks down how pro athletes get caught up with debt by gambling in the NBA and the NFL.
They'd get in there over their heads. They'd come and see me and say, hey, I guess you didn't know, but, this is my operation. You're gambling with me. So here's the deal. You owe me $250,000. How are you going to pay? How are you going to pay me back? You got a rich uncle? Go rob a bank? I don't care what you do. Give me my money. You see they're scared. Say, all right, I got another way to work this out. Here's how we're going to do it. Okay? You're a quarterback. Okay, you're favored to win by 10 points. The first 3 times you get the ball, you put it in the hands of the other receiver.
Look, that's what I told you guys that a couple of days ago, right? Where you could look at these guys and say, man, they're making millions, but like I told you, you got to lawyers, agent, tax, this or whatever. And then some of them also get caught up in the wrong crowds doing the wrong things at the wrong time. And then, you get a tap on your shoulder and it's like, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then you're stuck. Again, no excuse. But this is just the world we live in, right? So, as I said, when this story broke, it is way deeper. Like, we know from the media 5% of what's going on. I have a little inside track, as I always do. I know maybe 10 or 15%. I told you guys about Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, Gilbert Arenas, etc. It runs so. Oh, LeBron James, and those are only just a few. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been able to uncover. Imagine what's really behind. And Kash Patel says this is an ongoing superseding indictment. So be prepared for more people to come out, or if you don't, that means they're just working with Donald Trump, because y'all know how Trump gets. All right, that's it. I'm pretty much done with the NBA and this gambling thing until something else big comes up. I just wanted to play for you guys Adam Silva, and I literally just found the interview, so I want to play for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our second lead story. Nelly Furtado says she's stepping away from music for personal reasons, but many believe it is due to some body issues. Okay? We talked about this yesterday. I told you guys I put some phone calls out. I know her manager. I used to actually work with them, and there's obviously some things that I can't divulge for personal reasons, but I wanted to do a little bit more of a deep dive because y'all know I'm a big fan of Nelly. So I'm going to walk you through everything. Nelly Furtado recently shared that she's stepping away from live performances for now, choosing to follow personal and creative paths that she feels is right for her in this moment in her life. While some outlets and media have speculated that body pressures and past body issues have played a role in her decision, there has been no confirmation that that is the cause, and it remains hearsay and conjecture. No matter the reason, her voice, her craft, her legacy remains. We support you, Nelly, in whatever you decide to do next. Okay, so this is what I showed you guys yesterday. Nelly Furtado stepping away from performing for the foreseeable future. Okay, the first article is Nelly is retiring from live performance, etc., etc., etc. Okay, then, or maybe it's important that I read to you what she posted. Let me just find that because I have that here. Hold on one second. This is actually what Nelly posted, okay? This was, I think, 3 or 4 days ago. She put a picture up of herself 25 years ago, and then the next slide was a video, and she said, hey, today it's been 25 years since my first album came out. This is a picture of me when I first hit the stage. The second slide is a video of me walking off the stage after 25 years. So her post starts off with that. Then she says, this is her words. She says, all that aside, I have decided to step away from performing for the foreseeable future to pursue some other creative and personal endeavors that I feel would be better suited for my next phase of life. I have enjoyed my career immensely, and I still love writing music, as I always have. And it is a hobby that I was lucky enough to turn into a career. I'll definitely always be a songwriter forever in my heart. I'm grateful for all the years, fun, community, and wonder. Endless gratitude to anybody who has ever listened, vibrated to my music, or attended any of my shows. I love you and your open hearts. I deeply thank all of you who have worked so hard to help make my pop dreams come true on a creative or an organized level. Thank you all, my brilliant collaborators and loyal champions. Okay. So after that came out, Page 6 put this out and said, Nelly Furtado quitting music after facing a rash of attacks from body shamers. Like, wait a second. It's not like, hey, we don't know, let's speculate. She said why she was leaving. Now, to be fair, yesterday, I said, I hope it's not something more. I hope it's not health issues, because the recent trend of celebrities is not to tell us when they have actual health issues, to step away, and then we find out sometimes when they're not here anymore. I gave the example of D'Angelo. We only found out after he was not here anymore. Virgil Abloh, famous for that as well. What's the other guy from Wakanda? Chadwick Boseman, right? So because, yes, she has gone through a vast body transformation, I was hoping that it wasn't something health-wise. But Page 6 just was like completely lying, okay? So Page 6 said, Nelly Furtado says she's quitting music after facing relentless body attacks. The singer made an emotional announcement while celebrating her 25th anniversary of her debut album, reflecting on her legacy and telling fans that she's ready to move on despite the rise in popularity in this new generation, which is a complete lie. Now, I'm going to show you a picture that are two pictures that Nelly put on her Instagram January 25th. Okay. And she put out a big caption with that. I won't read the whole thing. I'll put it up. You guys can pause it if you want to. But it was really about her issues, okay, with her body. She says, have a body neutral 2025, but more importantly, love every inch of your heart. Thankful for all the memories this year. She alluded to the fact of taking somebody to court for something that has to do with her body. She said, I had to pursue some legal action against a few people online selling services based on selling health and beauty issues, myths about me. She also went on to say that she's never had any work done. She maybe uses some tape on her face and some makeup and teeth whitener, etc. So she is obviously alluding to the fact that she's having some problems, but I feel like this post was her putting herself out there to say, look, this is me, raw, no makeup, in a bikini, and I'm fine. I'm okay with this, which led me to believe that maybe she's stepping away for more health reasons, and it's not really body reasons. Because typically when somebody comes out and posts something like this, those two pictures that I just showed you, that's them being like, I do have some issues, but I'm facing them straight on. I'm putting it out there so nobody has to speculate anymore. You're seeing me on stage, you're seeing these pictures. This is who I am, okay? I told you earlier that I put some feelers out there, and the response that I got back was, Nelly doesn't want anything to be out right now, but she is dealing with something. Does she love the body stuff? No, she doesn't love it, but she's dealing with it, and I've been told that that's not the reason why she's stepping away. And again, like I said, I know Nelly, I know her team, I know how strong she is, and is it something she's dealing with? Yes, but that would never be a reason. I don't want to say never, but that's not the reason why Nelly, who's been performing for 25 years, would be like, I can no longer make it on stage anymore because of these issues, Anyways, as you guys know, I personally think Nelly is gorgeous before and even so more now, to be honest, all right? And I got that out to her. She knows that. She looks amazing. She is beautiful. And most importantly, Nelly is just a beautiful soul. She's just a beautiful person. She was actually at the Jays game. I think it was the first game. And, she is dealing with things. Hopefully she will deal with it and make it through, and she'll be back on stage. That's all I'm going to say for now. So put some, hey Nelly, we love you, Nelly. We want to see you back, Nelly. Hashtag, whatever the hashtag is. We love you, Nelly. You're gorgeous, Nelly. Whatever it is in the hashtags below, because her and her team will be watching this show. So shout out to Nelly, and once again, you look gorgeous from head to toe. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. All right, our first quick story. Birdman going in on Hot Bot Turk as he closes out the Cash Money versus No Limit versus. Legends, culture, and a little bit of drama on stage. Cash Money Records and No Limit Records at ComplexCon brought the energy, the hits, and the history. From iconic collaborations to moments of tension. Turk has made it clear that he has frustrations with Birdman, and although Birdman called out Turk last night, he did it with love, laugh out loud. Hip-hop royalty in one place, making history for the fans. Versus hip-hop legends live, and ComplexCon 2025. Okay, so we posted a couple of clips, Snoop Dogg, Juvenile, Birdman, Manny Fresh, etc. came out. Birdman was, he was feeling the night. You'll tell by the video I'm about to play. He too was having a couple of drinks, but hey, he was celebrating, the legacy of the label that he created, and which is one of the most legendary labels of all times. If you want to actually be real about it, other than Bro, I'm gonna have to bleep that out. But other than that label that I said, Cash Money is arguably maybe one of the most successful labels in hip hop. Drake, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj. Tell me a hip hop label that has those three big artists. Drake is arguably, one of the biggest artists ever. He's not say ever, but top 10. I'm just making a little note here to bleep out. Anyways, here, let's just go to the video. Take a listen.
I was a young man trying to get some money and not be in the streets. And I met BG, I met Wayne, I met Juvie, I met Turk. Shout out to Turk, you you ain't here, but f you. We gon' f you when we won't f you. You heard me? Don't go off script.
I was excited for this versus, but I wasn't excited for it. The people at ComplexCon, it wasn't the right people for this versus. It's Vegas. ComplexCon is young, fashionable. like, let me explain to you the history of ComplexCon, okay? This all started in Vegas with the Magic show. And people who were in retail used to go to Magic every February and August, and we would go to Magic and we would see all the fashion booths and we would make our orders for our stores, right? Well, most of you know by now, I used to own retail stores, national brands across Canada. So when I was first starting out, it was Magic. And all the rappers and everybody used to come out there because rappers and people in the entertainment industry were always synonymous with sneaker boutiques, and that's where they got all their looks. And then all the brands used to pay some of these celebs to come to their booth, would bring more people to their booth, and they would sell clothing, etc. Pink Dolphin, Staple, etc., etc. Rockaware, Dario, all of that. Then that changed over to Agenda, which that's when like Lil Wayne started more kind of like pushing skateboard and Vans and Supra. So it was still out in Vegas. Then when that kind of went away, ComplexCon kind of took over. But now when stores started ordering more online and not have to go to this kind of place to book their orders and see the new stuff, it's just now turned into an event for just anybody to go and just see celebs. And now with streamers and YouTubers and all of that stuff, it's really just turned into like a content creating meeting place. Like it's just oversaturated and it's just blah. It's just not what it was. Hence reason why I didn't go. It's just no. The vibe was not set up for No Limit and Cash Money. That's not the people there. So I heard a lot of people was there because it was versus, but if you watch it back, you'll see the energy of the people on stage was not the same because the crowd wasn't giving the energy back because everybody was in there just trying to be too cool for school. You know what I mean? So anyways, cool concept, cool idea, but it just fell short. You could see the videos online. It just didn't come off. Which is why the biggest talk is Cash Money and Birdman calling out Turk and also Tamar because nothing else was really going on. There's a couple of things that happened with Central C and academics or whatever, but not too much. Again, that's just from what I heard with people on the ground. Yeah, that's about it. That's my take. I watched a couple of minutes of it on Instagram. But I actually saw an interview also too with Ebro from Apple and then somebody else from Complex that they were just like, we feel like the people here didn't know half of the songs. They didn't know any No Limit songs. That's Master P was hot 20 years ago. People that go to ComplexCon are streamers who are 20 years old. I don't even know. They weren't even born. I just felt like Swizz and Timbaland should have done this somewhere in the South on a different stage. I feel like it was a miss. That's just my 2 cents. If anybody else watched it, let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our second quick story. Ray J performed yesterday. I'm not sure when this video was, yesterday, a couple of days ago. And he took his shirt off. I'm playing the video right beside me. I can't play the audio because he's singing and it's copyright. But you could see how hilarious this is. I wish I could play the singing for you. It's on our Instagram page. I feel like Ray J's MO is comedy. He has left the singing, he has left everything to the wayside, all his businesses. And people don't realize he actually makes money in some of his businesses. But I feel like Ray J now is just a straight comedian. He knows he's taking his shirt off for this reason. He knows it's going to go viral and people are just going to laugh at him. For those of you who want to see or hear the audio, it's probably even more funny than him dancing around with his shirt off and his pot belly. It's jokes. Anyways, shout out to Ray J. The more and more you keep going viral, the more and more you keep being trending and people coming to your stream and doing your thing. I salute it, man. Shout out to Ray J. All right, our third quick story. Katy Perry, Justin Trudeau, it's official. We're dating. All right, I'll play the video here for you beside me. Okay. This should not be a surprise to anybody. We have told you, every site has told you. They were spotted in a Montreal restaurant in the summertime. We knew they were dating then. They were on a yacht. I don't know, what was it? 2 weeks ago. Literally He had his hands all over her. They were kissing. But I guess nowadays it's like, if you're coming out of a place where you know there are cameras and you're holding hands, I guess that makes it official, I guess. Now, a couple of people online are like, oh my gosh, Katy Perry, this is not a flex. You don't know how many people in Canada don't like this man. He's so unpopular. This is not a flex. Like, this is nothing you should be showing off. I think people are getting it completely wrong. I don't think I don't think Katy Perry thinks this is a flex at all. This is a flex for Justin. Justin is flexing. Katy Perry probably just likes him, or I don't know. Like, she knows this is not a flex. This is a flex for him. For those of you who don't know, Canadians have forever said, yo, he's a simp. He's this. He actually probably doesn't even like women. He's on the DL, blah, blah. They have dragged this man through the mud. Oh, his wife doesn't want to be with him. Him coming out with not a star, a mega star. Katy Perry has done the Super Bowl. Like that. This is Katy Perry. Maybe she may not be as hot as she was right now, but this is a flex for Justin. Trust me. She knows this is not a flex. Let me know what you think about this new relationship in the comment section below. All right, our fourth quick story. The CEO of Zeus, Lemuel Plummer, isn't letting any false claims from Chrisean Rock slide. Okay, some of you might have seen this over the past weekend. I wanted to just let you know that Mr. Plummer is not standing for it. So I'll play a little clip to tell you what Chrisean Rock is alluding to. Actually, you know what? Let me play the clip first, and then I'll read you his statement. So Chrisean Rock has been going online all weekend saying Zeus is fake. They're putting up, girls. They're making them do these things. They're making them act this way. And if they don't act this way, if they don't act ghetto, if they're not fighting every day, then they're kicked off the show. Listen to Chrisean. Take a listen.
Tell them, like, if you don't fight, oh yeah, you're going home. You're getting replaced. What? All the sick, depressed, overstimulated, and can't find their identity.
All right, so Chrisean is doing this to try to save all the girls. That she is alluding to the fact that it's not healthy for them. They're not in a good space or whatever. And Plummer is just doing this, for his own benefit, for his own profit. And as I told you guys a couple of months ago, I think now Zeus is evaluated at being $1 billion company. So this is what Lamel wrote back and says, "This will be my final time addressing the baseless disclosure surrounding Chrisean Rock's recent live. I cannot, nor can anybody regulate her emotions, her emotional volatility and theatrical impulses. Her flair for dramatization, is truly an Oscar caliber performance. Let me state unequivocally, nobody at Zeus is forcing cast members to engage in any physical altercations. Our creative mandate has always been to foster individuality, charisma, emotional transparency, levity, and authenticity. We champion genuine expression, not contrived conflict, nor performative hostility." Listen to this part very carefully. When you assemble 25 plus distinct, opinionated, and dramatic women under one roof while traveling across multiple cities for an expended period of time, tension, friction, and emotional outbursts are an inevitable byproduct. We simply document it, uncensored, unembellished, unfiltered, and we report how it unfolds. That's the essence of Baddies, raw, unscripted, and profound reality TV. This man said, we're not telling anybody what to do, but we know what's going to happen anyways. Like, he's literally just admitting what she is saying in that statement. When you put 25 people, opinionated, different personalities, outgoing, You put them in conditions that are going to irritate them. You're traveling. Yeah, so you're preying on these things to happen. And he's like, we're just going to put up the camera and document it. You're knowingly putting these people in these situations because you know what's going to happen. So isn't that indirectly making them do something? like I understand that you're not like putting it in their contract, maybe be like this one, but you know what is going to happen, right? So just like, I just felt like this statement was not genuine, right? If that was me, I'd be like, yo, like, duh, this is what the show is. You know what I mean? This is what we do. I'm not going to try to act holier than thou. This is what we do. This is the new Jerry Springer show. Like, we're not here to try to say that we're, a mental health show. We're not. We're here for the ghetto craziness. And that is what we're known for. If you don't like it, don't come on here. That is what I would do. I wouldn't try to act like holier than thou. Just my opinion. But yeah, I thought that statement was ridiculous. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our fifth quick story. Okay. The White House website now contains a major event timeline that includes a list of times the building was renovated throughout history. It also includes specific moments from past Democrat presidents that are not about the structure change at all. Okay, this is the funniest thing that I've seen all week from the White House. Now, some of you are probably not going to like this, you Democrats out there. As you all know, I'm independent and I love sitting back and watching both sides. And these are the things that Donald Trump and the Republicans do that are effective, and Democrats need to do more of it. Everybody is talking about Donald Trump and the ballroom, which, by the way, people are now saying is actually really a bunker because of the civil unrest that's going to come about. But let's not even get into that. The ballroom. I also want to stand corrected, and I was saying that the fact of Donald Trump doing this ballroom, who does renovations in a place that they're going to leave, I don't think he's going to leave, especially, and this should be a sign. Now, it came to my attention a couple of days later that other presidents have also done renovations and updates to the White House, right? I didn't think that was the president. I thought it would be somebody else or who's ever like in control of the White House. So I stand corrected, no problem. From what I know, no one has done anything this extensive, and I still going to stand beside the fact of, yes, other presidents have done stuff, but to this level, no. But anyways, in response to people like me, they wanted to correct people and show them the timeline and the things that other presidents have done. It starts out with, if I'm not mistaken here, sorry, it's very, very small. 1948 to 1952, a total reconstruction. President Harry Truman undertook a total reconstruction of the White House interior, expanded its foundation and footprint, preserving only its exterior walls. The Truman balcony provides the first family with a private outdoor space and enhanced building aesthetics. Then it goes to 1970 to 1973, adding of the briefing room. And then 1998, the Bill Clinton scandal. What does that have to do with renovations, sir? Bill Clinton's affair with intern Monica Lewinsky was exposed, leading to White House press jury investigations. The Oval Office fueled impeachment for obstruction. Thought that was hilarious. Then he jumps all the way to 2012 and he talks about Barack Obama and Hamas and Muslims. Then he goes to 2022, the tennis pavilion. Then 2023, Hunter Biden and DRUG. So much so that I had to like put some drawings over Hunter, or else YouTube would have taken the picture down. Then he goes over to Joe Biden, and we're not even going to talk about that. Like, and then a flagpole, like, yo, I literally was so interested when I first saw this. I was like, oh, I really want to stand corrected. I want to hear about all the renovations. This man took the opportunity to show everybody all the bad stuff that the Democratic Party has done. at the White House. It had nothing to do with renovations. I think it's effective. I think it's smart. And it's new. It's new age politics. Donald Trump has changed the language of politics. I always say that Charlemagne was the first one I heard say that, and I think it's a great line. Donald Trump has changed the language of politics. And in this new social media content, everybody's getting stuff from their phone, not watching CNN, Fox, et cetera, this is the kind of information and this is the tactics that you got to play. And you have to not cry about it. You have to find a way to beat them at it. I think it's brilliant. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, our sixth quick story. Okay, there's nothing. Sorry, there's no write-up. Okay, I'll just tell you. There's a new TikTok trend going out right now, and it's really bad. It's a TikTok trend that women are putting sunglasses around their waist. And the thing is like, oh, look at how skinny she is because the glasses could fit around her waist. Somebody tweeted out and said, before y'all develop some eating problems, you cannot achieve this body type through gym exercising. This is her genetics. And this is the reason why she looks this way. And she could put sunglasses over her stomach and go on the side of her. This is super dangerous. And in this day and age, when some people say how bad social media is, and I'm always trying to defend social media and content creators, I will be the first to say that this is bad and this is something that should not be glorified. As somebody who has a personal training background and a dietitian background, I can attest to the fact that most people will just never be able to do this. So this is not a diet and exercise. This is not, I don't care if you do 1,000 crunches. Your body is the body. You can lose weight, you can gain weight, but some body structures are just body structures. These are times when I think social media companies should step in and ban trends like this. This is what I'm saying. It's not that social media should be taken down or you shouldn't let your kids or shouldn't let anybody. No, it just needs regulation. And something like this, there should be a way to, when people use this hashtag or AI spot this trend, take it down. It's really that simple. It's easy to be done, especially with AI. So just wanted to highlight because I'm honest when something is not good, I'll say it's not good. And this is what y'all are talking about of the bad side of social media. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our seventh quick story. All right, we're going to put two stories together here. One is about a streamer that has been accused of essaying somebody. And another one is a streamer that was putting hands on his girlfriend. I wanted to put the two of them together to highlight the fact that streamers are literally risking jail time and risking whatever just for fame. For those who don't watch streamers, they're very different from YouTubers, where YouTubers will go live, talk to you about something or whatever, and we'll edit it, we'll post it up, or we'll go live from our YouTube channel. Streamers, it's different content, and they're more streaming for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, and it's more streaming their life. I told you guys about Kai, and he did the 30-day streaming. There's a girl out there who I think she's been streaming for like 3 years or 4 years. So yes, even when they're sleeping, doing whatever. Okay, so that's just a breakdown for people who don't know about streaming. So I just feel like things are really getting dangerous because when a camera is on you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're trying to get as many, and everyone's vying for the audience, I feel like people are doing things and A, forgetting that the cameras are on, and B, doing things and getting yourself in trouble. All right. So here is the first one. Twitch streamer Nia Lynn and Zoe Spencer have been banned from the platform following a resurfaced live stream from May 2024. The footage, which went viral October the 23rd, 2025, depicts Lynn and Spencer engaging in appropriate behavior with Silky's assistant said. The incident has sparked widespread outrage and serious allegations of SA. In response to the backlash, Nina Lynn issued an apology acknowledging her reactions were wrong and expressed regret for any harm she caused. She admitted to misinterpreting Said's reaction during the live stream and emphasized that the incident was not intended to cause distress. Said, who has previously spoken out about the incident, revealed that the situation had profound emotional impact on him. He shared that his parents were deeply upset upon learning about the event, and he has struggled with the emotional aftermath. As of now, Zoe Spencer has not publicly addressed the allegations or the suspension of her Twitch channel. Okay, so because of the context of this, obviously I cannot play the video. For those who want to see it, you can go to our Instagram page, the Trend Out Loud Show. So what it is, I'll play a little bit of it. I'll play a little couple of seconds. You'll get it. I'll just want to set it up. They're on stream. Like I said, they're streaming from someone's house or whatever, and they're dancing and playing around with him, and they're dancing on him. And he's like, I don't want y'all to dance on me. Maybe he prefers to not have a female dance on him. Okay, I don't know his orientation, but he just doesn't want to have any part of it. And they continue to keep doing it. And they're bringing him in different places of the house. They bring him to a bed, etc., etc., etc. I'm sure you could figure out. And people are like, yo, this is not right. If this was reversed and two guys were doing this to a girl, things would be a lot different. So here's a quick clip. And then I'll give you a clip from what Said had to say after. Take a listen. Okay, here is actually Nia Lynn being defensive, saying that she did nothing wrong. And then I'll play what Said said. Take a look.
No, so the whole Saeed thing, no one essay Saeed. That's why today I was actually looking for Saeed. I was going to talk to him because he definitely felt disrespected as a person. Me, I take accountability what I do. If you dead ass felt disrespected, I didn't know.
See, she's like, I'll take accountability, but if you feel disrespected, I didn't know. Look, you know, I always try to see things from both sides. But as much as I try to see things from both sides, if it was just, let's say, one time you guys tried to dance with him and he was like, no. And then you tried one more and then you're like, okay, hold on. He's definitely not into it, right? Like you've been at a party where like somebody's shy and you're like, oh, let's try to bring him to the dance floor. By the second time, somebody's like, nah, I'm not really into it. And his friend or the other streamer, Silky, he's like, nah, he's not down. Like he's not interested. How could you then after that be like, oh, I read that wrong? But he told you 10 times. You know what I mean? Like, it's just ridiculous. Anyways, let's go now to Said. Take a listen.
Basically, I didn't want this whole thing to have an outcome like this. I mean, I didn't want it to, like, them being banned is not really anything to me because at the end of the day, like, well, it's a crime every single time it resurfaces. It just takes a toll on me, and I just don't want to talk about it.
Anyways, so that is one situation. The two have been banned. And like the article said, Zoe still hasn't said anything. This is a resurfaced clip from 2024. Be careful, you content creators, what you do out there. Something might not happen right away. It will come back a year from now. And I know everyone's vying for content and attention out there, but not all viral content is good content. Now, speaking about that, let's go to the second story. Leaked footage of little Zay Osama putting hands on Aspen Carter with a BELT, LT, while Maya is yelling, stop. Okay, sorry for having to always hide everything, but I don't want YouTube to flag this video. A video has leaked online showing a heated argument between Little Zane, Osama, and Aspen Cartier, which reportedly became, he reportedly started putting hands on her. In the footage, Little Zane appears to do something to her outside of a car. The incident has sparked widespread discussion amongst social media platforms. As of now, neither Zane or Aspen Cartier has publicly addressed the incident. The video continues to circulate with fans and followers expressing concern and seeking clarification on the event that transpired. Prior to this incident in the studio, sources indicate that an argument had already begun that included Maya, who is No Cap's alleged girlfriend, that escalated the situation. Here are the two videos from what I can show you to give you an idea of what went down. Take a look. Anyways, I don't know why these two stories were trending so hard this weekend. And I get it's just ironic that it's two streamers getting in trouble, channels being banned. But it's, again, just to highlight that not all good content is good content. And trying to go viral and trying to get these views from doing these things, it's going to end up getting your channel banned and probably press charges. Because both these incidents, to me, it shouldn't just be Twitch or whoever the platform is banning these people. There should be charges here. You know what I mean? And it's on tape. It's recorded. So we'll follow these stories and see if there's any charges laid. But I think both situations are ridiculous. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And the full videos of each of these incidences are on our Instagram page, The Trend Out Loud Show. Check it out. All right, our 8th quick story. Governor Gavin Newsom finally confirms his 2028 presidential ambitions. Just in, Gavin Newsom has confirmed he is eyeing the 2028 presidential run, admitting in a new interview that he's been lying if he would say otherwise. All right, sorry, not he's been lying, that he would be lying if he said otherwise. I just wanted to throw this in here real quick. Kamala Harris pretty much announced it yesterday. She said, I'm not done. And, you know, I've been in this political life and serving the public service for years. And I haven't thought more than what I'm doing right now. Basically, she's saying she's running. So I don't know what's going on this weekend, why everyone's all of a sudden admitting that they were going to run for 2028, but something is up. Gavin Newsom, I think what happened with those LA fires completely negates any run that he is ever going to try. When you have an incident like that was handled so poorly, I don't think there's anything that will ever bring him back from that. But I'm not going to try to act like an expert about Gavin Newsom. I don't know that much about him. I do know some, but all that to say, the 2028 Democratic primaries literally is going to be a full-on main event. It's going to be just the whole 2028 election is going to be like main event TV the whole year. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to probably just do a whole section of the show that will just be covering that. It's going to be main event television craziness. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, our 9th quick story, quick update. Police have arrested 2 suspects in the Louvre Museum jewelry heist. French authorities have arrested 2 suspects in connection with last week's jewelry heist at the Louvre in Paris, where jewelry valued at approximately $102 million was stolen. One suspect was taken into custody Saturday night at the Paris airport as he attempted to board a flight to Algeria. Police did not offer any information on the timing and circumstance of the second suspect arrested. Both suspects, who are from Saint Denis, a northeastern suburb in Paris, are believed to have been part of the team that robbed the Louvre. The investigation remains ongoing as officials work to recover the stolen jewelry and identify additional suspects linked to the high-profile crime. This shouldn't come as any shock. This is so high-profile, they could not stand the embarrassment anymore. They had to arrest somebody. Like from my experience, who knows if these were really the guys? Because who's boarding a commercial flight to Algeria? They didn't say private, they didn't say whatever. If you are one of the guys who were in this robbery, stop it. You're not boarding a commercial flight. Like, if anything, like, he might be so far removed, like, I don't know, maybe he like supplied like the truck or something. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't believe that this was like the mastermind or any of the guys that were actually like in the building. No. Well, the other guy, we don't have any information, but this guy that's going on a plane to Algeria, I don't believe it at all. The Paris government and police have been so embarrassed by this. This has been such a global story of how the most guarded museum in the world with some of the most precious jewels in the world, the Mona Lisa, somebody just drives up with a lift, breaks the window, steals $100 million worth of stuff, goes back out the window, and they have to be like, yeah, We had no cameras or no security in that aisle in that section. It's so embarrassing. You knew somebody was going to get arrested at some point, but we'll see what comes of this. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, so this brings us to everyone's favorite segment, comments and social discussion of the day. All right, before we get to comments, y'all know I have a very important question to ask you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, don't answer, because let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are. All three of them, if you're not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trend-out-loud to get your free, absolutely free, FREE, 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. The key sentence in everything I'm going to say here is it's a free trial to see if any of your data has been exposed. Now, I've been telling y'all every day, Google and find out for yourselves how huge scamming is right now. It's at an all-time high. They're making commercials about it. People know. I bet you there is nobody that is watching this right now that hasn't got a suspicious phone call this week that you didn't even answer, or you did answer and you didn't know who was there. A text message from somebody asking you to click a link, do something. They found a job for you. Something's going on. You got an email that asked you to click on a link that told you something. Like, we are all getting spammed, and it's all scammers trying to take our money. I told you guys one of the biggest scams out right now is people getting your information, selling your house, getting control of your deed, and you get a knock on your door saying, yo, get out of this person's house because it's not yours anymore. Aura can help you with all of that, okay? If you have ever wondered how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data legally, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. When you buy or do anything online, your information is taken and sold to marketers. That's how marketers know what you're buying and what you need to get. But there's also bad actors that get a hold of that. And that's why you get these phone calls and you get these text messages from people who you never gave your phone number to, because they are legally allowed to do this. This should be something the government should regulate. But until then, at least you guys have Aura, okay? That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and the Out Louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of these sites and keeping it off. Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking your front door, but leaving your back door and your windows open. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web. Real-time fraud alerts if your credit card, banking, social security number is ever found. You get a secure VPN, antivirus, a password manager, and they also have US-based customer service round the clock, A1, in the event that anything should go wrong. In the event that anything does go wrong, Aura also offers a $5 million identity insurance protection package. So you're covered regardless of whatever happens. Go to the link below or the QR code beside me. Just take out your phone and your camera, point to it, follow the link. It is absolutely free. I can't tell you the emails, the DMs. Hey, thank you. Aura found my social security. Aura found somebody about to do this or about to do that. There's not one person that's ever clicked that link and joined up and Aura hasn't found something, because we all do things on the internet. You buy stuff on Amazon, you do banking, your stuff is out there. Trust me, at least take the 14-day free trial. Let Aura find all the stuff that has leaked and at least let them take them off for free. Now, it's up to you after if you want to do packages. I have packages on all my devices. I suggest you continue with the packages, but at least for free, let Aura show you what they can do for free. All right? I worked that out for y'all. So make sure that you click that link below. Now, let's get over to comments. We have 3 super thanks. And of course, don't forget, I'm still going to read one random one. But as I told you guys, I'm going to read out all the super thanks. First one is from Renee. Renee says, Renee from PA, Trent, I found you at the start of all the puffy stuff. I absolutely adore you and your channel. Thank you for all you do. Yo! Renee, thank you so much for that. I'm so happy that you found this channel. And I love that you adore me, and I adore you too. Thank you so much. I love that when somebody's like, oh, I found your channel, I just came across, and you end up loving the show. That is like my favorite thing. Love that, love that, love that. Thank you so much. Then the next one comes from Mary Ellen, who this is like her fourth super thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Thanks again for shouting me out. I knew you'd get a kick out of that. Definitely not dragging you. I want to let you know how much I appreciate you sharing your mental health struggles. I can relate as I go through my own as well. I also have been recovering for 12 years now. Friend of mine, Bill W. and Dr. Bob. I also work in the field as well. I've been of lately when I'm watching your show, I'm playing catch up. I think she means to say that she's just behind on my show and she's playing catch up. I work third shift. I work 3 shifts. Plus, this is my second week back after being out 2 months on medical leave. Thank you for being so vulnerable. It's so refreshing. Proud out louder here. Mary Ellen from Charlestown, not Charleston, from Charlestown, MA. Thank you very much again for that super chat. Love that you're in the mental health field. And thank you for letting me know that you guys see and appreciate my vulnerability. Sometimes I do, and I'm like, am I giving out too much? But when I get comments like this, love to see it. So thank you again, Mary Ellen. And now Joy Bennett, oh my gosh, with the $50 super chat. Thank you, Joy. This is actually really funny. I actually went out today and got my Starbucks. Hi, Trent. I stumbled across your show during the Diddy trial. Now you have me hooked. Love, love, love that. I tune in during my 2-hour drive to and from work. So $10 is for your coffee today. $10 is for your coffee tomorrow. $10 is for your mama's Jamaican fish tea. And the remainder is to help you supporting your show. Keep up the great work, young black man. Wow. Joy, thank you very much. I wrote back, told you how happy I am for the super thanks. I wrote back to everybody who sends the super thanks. Love this. My mom did see it. She said to say thanks. And like I said, I got my Starbucks this morning. I'll get another one tomorrow. Thank you so much. And now, oh, sorry. Just want to also highlight again, love that you guys came on like, oh, I want to hear about Diddy. And then you ended up loving the show. And now you come back. And I love the fact that we are your show that you turn on to or from work. Whenever you guys can tell me the way you digest this show, like, I love it. Oh, I go to sleep. Somebody the other day sent me a DM. It was like, congratulations on your Alex, I have it right here. Alex, like, congratulations on your 600th episode. I literally wake up with your episode every single day. Thank you. So, by the way, this is my comment for today. This is my random comment. It was a DM, but thank you, Alex. Alex actually always gives me like great feedback. And I think he actually helped me name the Instagram page before it was at the Trend Out Loud show. So shout out to Alex. Again, love that some of you watch the show, you wake up, some of you go to sleep, some of you work out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I actually really love that. But all right, to be fair, let's go to YouTube and get a random, as promised. I don't know why you guys think I'm only going to read out the super thing. So here is a random one. Here we go. Newest. I'm going to go scroll down, just random. Boom, stop. Okay, here we go. This one is, I really enjoy watching your show the past couple of years. What? Oh, hold on. It's not going to stay positive. However, this will be the last time. You talk about how independent you are. However, you constantly bash Trump. You're clearly blinded to the right side. You're clearly blinded to the right-sided truth. Trump has done more good for our country than the past several presidents. As far as the crypto guy's pardon, don't you realize Trump never does anything that's not going to benefit the mission he has for America and his crackdown on crime? Okay. So I didn't read the name. Mom, I don't know what it is. Mom25. Okay. Appreciate your comment. Sorry to see you go. But I get this comment sometimes. A lot of Trumpers don't like when I say anything bad about Trump. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people on the right not liking if I say something bad about Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, etc., or about Trump. I stand by. If anybody wants to do some research, just research the crypto Binance, not finance, B, and look at what he used his company to do. Look at the people that were trading. There were people from Hamas. There were people that had stuff to do with KIDs. There was a lot of bad money that was floating through there. That's why he was convicted. And he admitted to his crimes. He said, I'm guilty. So if that makes you leave the show, like I said, sorry to see you go. Glad to have had you as a viewer at one point. But I'm never going to shy away from my opinion. That is the point of this show. And the type of people that we want to have here in our community are the people that like to hear different people's opinions, regardless of what side of the aisle you are on. When Trump does something good, I always highlight and say that he does something good. Sometimes it gets people on the left upset, vice versa. That is just politics. But again, thank you very much for your comment. Okay, so I also now want to let you all know about super thanks. That's what it was, super thanks. I thought I was going to memberships. No, super thanks. So for those of you who are interested in sending super thanks, it's to support, donate, give back to the show. There is a little button underneath every single video. You'll see like, share, remix, save, etc. Boom, there is thanks. You click that right there. And you can leave thanks or you can leave a message. So not only does it support and donate the show, but it highlights your comment and we will read out all super thanks. And if you want to use it to promote something that you have, I'll read it out regardless of whatever it is, or if it's good feedback or positive feedback, it doesn't matter. It's your super thanks. You support the show. We will read it out to you. Read it out for you. All right. Here is more detail because YouTube can explain it better than I can.
Buy a super thanks by clicking the thanks button under your video. There are multiple price points a viewer can purchase that each have their own special one-time animation. As an added bonus, viewers will get to post a distinct, colorful comment in your video's comment section.
All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Nicole Linton is back in court Tuesday, October 28th for a pre-trial hearing. She is charged with unaliving 6 people in a car crash at Slauson and La Brea, downtown Los Angeles. Now, somebody sent this to me. Shout out to this person. Thank you. And I wanted to give you guys a breakdown of this case. You guys know I love court cases, and I know you guys too. But this also ties in with mental health, and I think it's a good discussion, okay? Who is Nicole Linton? Nicole Linton is a traveling nurse based in Houston. She is charged in connection with a crash October the 4th, 2022 in Windsor Hills, LA area for unaliving 6 people, including a pregnant woman and her unborn child and her infant. The crash allegedly occurred at a high speed around 130 miles per hour and involved Linton's Mercedes running a red light and colliding with multiple vehicles. Prosecutors said she held the accelerator for several seconds before impact, while the defense has argued that she may have suffered a seizure or experienced a mental health episode, such as a bipolar episode. Linton has faced scrutiny over her mental health history. Online searches about some negative word I can't say, and possible medication non-compliance. She has pleaded not guilty to 6 counts of unaliving and 5 counts of vehicle and gross negligence. If convicted, she faces potentially 9 years to life. Her family, notably her sister, has publicly urged that the crash was a tragic incident fueled by medical illness, urging for fairness and understanding in how she's treated legally. So, here's the question. Should a bipolar episode or a seizure or anything along the medical health side of things be a defense when something like this happens. Now, I've been thinking about what I want to say here. As you guys know, I'm a very big mental health advocate. And I just want to put a disclaimer before giving my opinion. I am not a therapist. I'm not a doctor, or I'm not trained. I'm just somebody who's done a lot of therapy and has an extensive knowledge about mental health. I would say that a doctor would better answer this question. And I think a doctor should evaluate her. And from what I know about court, that's probably what's going to happen. They're probably going to get expert testimony from a various amount of doctors, see what her medical history is, her medical health history, etc. You just heard from that article that there's some questions about things that she was Googling, medicines, etc., etc. Now, of course, very, very unfortunate situation, very sad, of course, for the people and the family who was affected by this. But what I would say about mental health, and we've known a lot about this from Gucci's conversation that he just had on the Breakfast Club, which I've referenced a couple of times, which I would really, really recommend anybody who is interested in understanding about psychosis, schizophrenia, bipolar, anything like that, watch that interview on the Breakfast Club, Gucci and his wife, Keisha Kayor. And it just gives an in-depth of like how it is to actually be living with somebody. And Gucci's like, yo, there's things that happen that after a couple of days, she has to tell me, and I don't even believe her. He says he has to talk to people at his label, and he's like, if I ever call you and I'm saying something that sounds out of character, hang up and don't talk to me for the next 24 hours. I hang up and call my wife. So this is a thing. I know there's some people who are not real believers in mental health. We're not necessarily not believers, but some people question it. So my answer to this would be that she would have to have an extensive and definitive mental health issue for me to say that that could be part of her defense. And even if that, like the article is saying, what medications was she on? What people were around her? What, you know what I mean? Like we need more. And of course, that's what we're going to find out in court. I'll try to follow this, but you know, what measures does she have around her? People with mental health, you need to have bodyguards. You need to have, you know, we call them bodyguards, but people in place when you're going through these episodes, etc. Why was she driving? Like, there's got to be a more extensive thing. So I cannot necessarily just give an answer right now, but we'll follow this. But on the higher level, I want to know what you guys thought about this, but also, I guess my high level answer would be, under a very rare and extreme circumstance, do I believe, yes, this could be part of her defense? And even if it is, then her time served or whatever her repercussions are should definitely not be in jail, but it should be in a medical facility. That is more what I would like to see if the defense holds up. A lot of people get punished and get put in jail where there's not adequate help for people that have mental health struggles, and then she just lives the rest of her life without any help. That is, to me, the bigger issue here. So that is just my take. You guys sound off below. Before I let you go, just want to remind you to sign up for the Out Loud membership. You'll see the link below. Hopefully it's working, or the join button above, or membership somewhere on the screen. With the Out Loud membership, you get loyalty badges, emojis, member-only live stream, member-only videos, early access to new videos, and member shoutouts. And of course, weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, I do behind-the-scene videos, just vlogs, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, relationship, what I'm going through, just kind of like a dressed down version of what I'm going through. All right. So for those who are interested, sign up. When you do get to the membership section, you'll see different levels of a membership. You'll see Out Louder, then you'll see Out Loud Proud, Loyalist, MVP, etc. Those are kind of like a tip menu at a restaurant. All memberships give you the exact same access. They all have the full access. It's just for those who feel like they want to give or support the show with a little bit higher of amount monthly. We wanted to give you that option to do so. Whichever membership you do sign up for, you all get the same access, and we are grateful for any sign up that we get. All right. So thank you very much for that, and comment below on our social discussion, or just give us a comment. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Would you rather lose all technology or never be able to travel again? All right, this one is very easy for me, but you need technology to travel. Right there, there's your answer. Like, okay, but I still do have a more serious answer than that. I would rather lose all technology because then we can only see what's real again. Then we can actually see what's real again. Lose all technology, as in cell phone and other gadgets we didn't have in the 90s. Yes, but I'm not sure what you mean, so let's be clear. Lose all technology because traveling is life, 26 countries down and a bucket list to go. Lose all technology. I was taught to read maps at 8 years old. Never travel. Life is evolving. I'm from NYC. There's no need to travel anywhere else but here. The term technology is funny. The wheel is technology. So yeah, can't actually do that. Plus travel is as simple as walking any distance. So this is stupid. Can't take either one. Somebody says, no, my answer is no to both. Lose technology and take me back 20 years. Okay, I knew those people would say like, oh, I don't like technology, da-da-da. And maybe I'm being too literal, but beyond cell phone, social media, where you guys like, oh, let's get back to connecting. Just want to remind y'all, in those times, people were like, get away from the TV screen. You need to get out and connect. Back in the 60s and 70s, we walked to school, da-da-da. And then if you go back to the 60s and 70s, was like, stop sitting down in front of the radio and just listening to this and whatnot. Get out. Through every moment of technology, there has been a complaint. And I'm sure in the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s, it was something to complain about, all right? So everyone's always going to complain. Next, y'all know I'm a big technology junkie. More importantly than your cell phone or even the wheel or whatever, do you realize that because of technology is why we're alive and you're able even to watch this show and listen to it right now because of technology? So this is just ridiculous for people not to say they wouldn't, their answer shouldn't be technology. And this is coming from somebody who loves to travel. I'm very well traveled. I've been to Japan, China, lived in South Africa, lived in a bunch of states in the US, Canada, et cetera, Europe, London. Like I'm well traveled, as y'all know. Jamaica, the islands of Barbados, like I can go on and on and on. Okay. I just need to go to Australia and India next. That's it. And I will get there, trust. But without technology, we'd only make it to like 30 years old, 35 years old. So the fact that we're like, now they say we're going to live past like 100, 110. The answer is solely technology. As much as y'all like to try to say you don't like it, you love it because you're using it to answer this question, to watch or listen to this show. So please stop hating on technology because we all need it and we all benefit from it daily. Let me know what you all think in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is a wrap. Whew, the show got a little long today. I don't know what's going on here, but y'all, I always ask you guys all the time, do you guys want longer shows? And most of you say yes. So I'm happy if you're happy. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of a few things. One, please do not forget to give us a thanks. You'll see it at the bottom of every single video we post. Some of you might have to slide across. You'll see that button. Thanks. Put in your comment or leave thanks. Do whatever you want. It is your super thanks. Give whatever amount. We will read it on the next episode. So please, please, please try to give us a thanks. I love that it highlights, shows me your comment, and or you can also use it if you want to promote something. Okay. And I think there's something else I wanted to say about it. Oh yeah, and it helps support and give back to the show. We're working hard for you guys. Okay. So we appreciate all the support we can get. Second of all, the first link below, hopefully it's working, is our membership. Do not forget to sign up for the Out Loud membership. We do a lot of fun things here, and that's exclusive to the Out Louders. And you got to be part of the Out Loud family. It's cool, all right? And whenever you comment or wherever I'm live or whatever, and I can identify all the Out Loud members because you get a little star beside your name. I think you can pick whatever color you want. So you get access, vlogs, and everything. Make sure y'all sign up, okay? Cheat code if you're on an iPhone, don't sign up with the join button because it charges an extra like $2 because of the iOS. Sign up on your desktop or an Android, or if you're on an Apple, use the link below. That is that. Also, the second link below, do not forget to sign up for Aura. I tell you guys every day, it's free, absolutely free. I promise you, Aura will find something out there because we all are online. I know y'all say you hate technology, but we're all online. We cannot live without it. Your banking, everything like that. If you're tired of the text messages, the phone calls, the emails, and you're scared you might click on something, it's free. Click the link below. You could trust this link from me. Trust me. Click the link below or use the QR code if you want to be safer. Use the QR code. Both of them are safe. Okay, I'm just joking. And make sure y'all sign up or it is free for 14 days. Free to find out everything that is out there. And I promise you they'll find something. That's it. Before I let you go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the Trend Out Loud show. For those of you who like to listen on podcast platforms, we're available on all of them. Just go to any pod site, type in Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And as y'all know by now, we do a show daily, so make sure y'all tune in. For those of you who are like me and you like to watch your show, head on over to watch your shows, including our show. Head on over to YouTube, type in Trend Out Loud. 6 things I'm going to need you to do. I know it's a lot, but it's pretty easy. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get the algorithming. 3, please try to comment, whether it be a joining in on whatever discussion or just commenting, good or bad. Please try to comment. You guys are my co-hosts. I do the show with you. If I keep giving you my takes and you don't give me your takes, it's not fun. You see, I read a negative comment, somebody leaving, somebody staying, somebody loving. It doesn't matter to me. Just put a comment. We welcome all comments, and we will definitely read out at least one comment a day, okay? 4th, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because it definitely helps in growing the channel. 5th, please sign up for the Out Loud membership. And 6th, use the super thanks button if you have something to promote, something you want me to see, or if you plain and simple just want to support your favorite YouTube show, all right? For those who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. It's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. I'm the most active on Instagram. And speaking of Instagram, please follow us on the Trend Out Loud show. We post all the videos that we can't play here. We post it over there on Instagram. YouTube is very, very strict. We have designated this channel as a G channel, a PG channel. So there's a lot of things that we can't play here, but we post everything in its entirety over on YouTube. So follow there. For me, it's a more inclusive way to watch the show. We post every hour, every other hour. You get all the stories. Then when we post our show sometime in the evening or at night, you're already looped in with some of the stuff that's going on. You could hear my take, get some more information, and then we hand it off to you to comment below. All right. So make sure you'll follow the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram. I hope you have a great Sunday night, or if you're watching this in the morning, I hope your week has started off a little bit better after watching the Trend Out Loud show. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace!